Hello, my name is Reese, and I'm at the Arizona Science Center, and today I'll be sharing with you the layers of the earth pudding recipe. All right, for our recipe today, we will be needing milk, vanilla and chocolate pudding, our food dye. Today we will be using green, red, and yellow. We have our mini marshmallows, a couple Ziploc bags, some mixing bowls, a whisk, a rolling pin, our Oreos, and coconut flakes, and of course a couple cups for our pudding. All right, we'll start by making our pudding. I have our vanilla pudding right here, which we will start by pouring out the powder into one of our mixing bowls. And now this pudding will take 2 cups of milk, so we'll add that to our bowl. So we have 1 cup. And then I'll add our 2nd cup real quick. All right. And then we will mix this all together using our whisk. So once we have this all mixed together, we will have it chill for an hour. We want to make sure to do the same thing with our chocolate pudding, just for the sake of time. But I am able to time travel forward, so in an hour. All right, our pudding is now set. Now we are going to get into dyeing our vanilla pudding. So we're gonna get our little cups right here, and we're just gonna scoop some of our vanilla pudding out. We are going to be dyeing our pudding red, orange, and yellow. All right, and we will start with our red dye. So for our red dye, we just wanna add a lot. We want it to be nice and bright so we can see it. We don't want to get it confused with our orange and yellow. And we'll grab one of our little popsicle sticks. We can also use a spoon if that's more on hand. And we'll just mix it up. And then we'll do the same thing for our orange and yellow. All right, now that we have our 3 colors of vanilla pudding, our yellow, orange, and red, we are going to move on to our coconut flakes. We are just going to get a little bit. We don't need too much in here. All right, and we are going to get our green dye, and we won't need too much for this, just a couple drops. And another one of our popsicle sticks to stir that up. All right, now that we have our 3 puddings and our green coconut, we are going to start on our Oreos. So we'll need about probably 10 Oreos, not too much. And we're just gonna pop those in our plastic bag. And we're gonna just seal our bag and make sure there's not any air in it. And then we're gonna use our rolling pin to crush up the Oreos. All right, now we have our crushed up Oreos, and we have everything we need to get started on our layers of the earth. So starting with the core, we're going to add our marshmallows, and the inner core is a hot, dense ball of mostly iron. So to add that texture, we're going to have our yellow pudding with our mini marshmallows. And then for our outer core, we are going to use our orange pudding and place that right on top. All right, and now in here we have our Earth's core. So now we are going to work on the mantle. And we're going to start with the inner mantle, and for that we are going to use our red colored pudding. Now because the mantle is a lot thicker than the core, we are going to add a little bit more than we did earlier. And there's our inner mantle. And then to finish off our mantle, we are going to add the outer mantle. And for the outer mantle, we're going to use our chocolate pudding. All right, so we are starting to see our layers come together. And now, since we have our core and then we have our mantle, we're going to add our crust. We're gonna grab those crushed up Oreos and just add them right on top. And the crust is the rocky layer of the earth, which is why we crush up our Oreos. And so we're just gonna sprinkle those on top. And now on the crust, the layer of the earth on which we stand, we have all sorts of plants and greenery. So that's where our green coconut flakes come in. And the green coconut flakes are just gonna be our little bit of grass just sitting on top of the crust. And here we have our delicious pudding cup. Now usually you might wanna make the core a little bit smaller. We did have a little bit of a small cup today, so I didn't want to overflow it, but you would make the mantle a lot bigger than the 2 core layers. But thank you guys for joining me today. We made a delicious snack, and this is our Layers of the Earth pudding cup. And if you would like to check out more educational videos, you can go to azscience.org. And thank you guys for joining me today.